The United States of America, Canada, Great Britain and Morocco. Mr. Emerson Pastor Arriaga of Guatemala is our referee. We take a look at the previous results. Unanimous point decision victories all the way for Өмүрбек Bekjigit Уулу. Quarter finalist in his first attempt to qualify at the Asian Games in Hangzhou. Charles Antonio Cox was beaten unanimously before a 3-2 split decision verdict in the round of 32. Progressed Aykutsun through to the round of 16. So we're underway then. Final bout of the session is at 80 kilograms between boxers from Turkey and Kyrgyzstan. The tattooed figure wearing red is Kaan Aykutsun, 21 years of age, from the Turkish capital. His opponent wearing blue, Өмүрбек Bekjigit Уулу, 24 years of age, comes to the ring. His second attempt to qualify for the Olympic Games. Multiple World Championships appearances under his belt, and in 2022 Өмүрбек Bekjigit Уулу was the Asian Continental bronze medalist. Going after his man at short range with that overhand right, remaining calm under fire despite taking shots to the body is Aykutsun. See, he's got his head around his hands around his head, but there's plenty of room beneath and in between his elbows, and Bekjigit Уулu is set about that, have a scoring opportunity immediately. I think Aykutsun may have been hurt to the body there as he scored with a single counter upstairs. And look at Bekjigit Уулu dig away to the body once again.
I think Уулu really fancies the job of this. I feel like he thinks he can get his man out of here pretty quick.
Greater international experience under the belt of Bekjigit Уулu. Quarter finalist in the World Championships in Belgrade in 2021 at the Stark Arena. Appeared in World Championships going all the way back to the edition in Yekaterinburg in 2019 at the senior level.
Good job there from Уулu.
Right hand over the top from Bekjigit Уулu. Follow-up left hook was short by some distance. Aykutsun hasn't really committed himself to getting in range through the first 2 minutes of this opening round. And it's Bekjigit Уулu who appears to be dominating the distance. As look at that in the exchange of jabs, it's Bekjigit Ulu's that is far more authoritative, sending Aykutsun backwards towards the ropes.
Yeah, Aykutsun just isn't really getting into it. He needs to get his jab working. He's taking the centre fine, but then he's not doing anything while he's there. He spent a good 10 seconds there and he hasn't thrown a punch.
Inaccurate with his right hand to the body, left hook attempt to the head was Aykutsun. Again, that's a beautiful counter, left-right. Shake of the right glove to perhaps celebrate that shot from Aykutsun. I hope he hasn't hurt his right hand. Bekjigit Уулu roughing his man up on the inside, reminiscent of what Marco Antonio Barrera did in his iconic contest against Prince Nazim Hamed in Las Vegas.
Сюрприз! Эки эсе көп интернет. Переходи на О тарифтеринде. Сенде дагы көбүрөөк мүмкүнчүлүктөр бар. Көбүрөөк баарлашуу, көбүрөөк көрүү, көбүрөөк ырахаттануу. Жазды О мобилдик оператор менен тосуп ал.
Aykutsun celebrating by pumping that right hand, but I think that's more in hope rather than expectation, because for my money there was one winner of that round, but it's gone the other way. I do find that rather surprising, because I thought that this man's punch output was lower. He scored with some eye-catching counters, but all 5 judges preferring the work of Aykutsun.
Yeah, I thought Уулu did enough there to take that round.
Again, because that was the posture that Aykutsun spent a large part of the round in, on the back foot, under pressure, worked over to the body. Aycoutsun had his successes, one particular success that he celebrated by shaking out his right hand. A clean sweep of the cards from Aycoutsun, which I do find rather surprising.
Ulu's got it all to work for now in this second round. He's going to have to pick up the pace. So here we go then, into the second round.
Nice long lead left hook from Aycoutsun. Remember, he's taken the first round unanimously. Bekzigit Ulu rendered inaccurate on that forward foray. That final right hand may have snuck between the defences of Aycoutsun. Aycoutsun using his gloves and forearms effectively, but I think that final right hand did get between his defences. Nice counter single right hand from Aycoutsun. There's a left jab that penetrates Aycoutsun's defences. Looking for a counter single, good right hand to the body from Bekzigit Ulu. So clever counter punching, and there's a really eye-catching jab off the back foot from Aycoutsun. So it's a brave display this from Aycoutsun, because he's inviting pressure, trusting that his defences are going to remain intact. Leading with the elbow is Bekzigit Ulu, and then he's countering, often only with singles. There's a two-shot counter, the right hand to the body, a scoring shot from Aycoutsun. So it's a nerveless display this from the Turkish national champion.
Yeah, Aycoutsun, I like his counter punching that he's doing with the single shots, just as his man Ulu's coming forward. But Ulu's just digging those body shots in.
And again, clean left hook landed with that screw shot from Bekzigit Ulu during that exchange. But Aycoutsun in the first half of the round, very clever counter punching. Check left hook as he spins off the line without reply. Bekzigit Ulu has got to perhaps quicken his feet. Bekzigit Ulu penetrating his man's defences with that flicking left jab. Then beautiful movement in the pocket.
Oh.
Knockdown. Well, again, legs tangled. I think there was a bit of a slapping shot from Bekzigit Ulu, forcing Aycoutsun to touch down, who was looking to spin off the line. Aycoutsun, as clever as his counter-punching is, I think he's going to have to show the judges that he's not running here, because it's all very well back foot boxing, but you see he's just been punched from one part of the ring to the other. Now he plants his feet and starts to fire back. But it could be construed as being negative. There's a beautiful left hook from Aycoutsun, who then changes direction and moves counterclockwise. But that is always the dilemma that a back foot boxer faces. And credit to Aycoutsun, he did hold his feet and let his hands go, but his chin was clocked cleanly there. So while his defences were trusty in the first minute of the round, there he lands a beautiful left hook, Aycoutsun. They've been breached far too readily to be the single shot counter puncher that he likes to be. Oh, it's not the end of the round. Referee telling Aycoutsun to keep his head up. Again, the busier boxer is the man in blue, and he's scoring effectively to the body. Now, I thought that Bekzigit Ulu won the second round. Can't discount the counter-punching, but I just think that could be a little bit negative from Aycoutsun. How do the judges see it? And remember, judges from different parts of the world see the game differently. Aycoutsun has taken the second round for judges 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bekzigit Ulu, I think, is desperately unlucky here. After 6 minutes of boxing, he has taken a round for one of the 5 scoring judges, because Aycoutsun's counter-punching was really crisp and clever in the first minute of the first half of the second round. But Bekzigit Ulu thereafter, I thought, enjoyed terrific success. Look at that. Demonstrative and indicative of what he was able to do.
How Aycoutsun has won this round, I really do not know. I really do not know. Ulu, like you say, is been very, very unlucky of not to have scored anything in that last round. He's got a big job on his hands now for this third round.
So, referee not happy with the amount of moisture on the canvas over in the blue corner here in ring A. Floor cleaning crew called into action. Just a little more time with the boxers in the respective opposite neutral corners for them to think about the task that lies ahead. And for Bekzigit Ulu, the task is quite simple. He needs a massive final round, because look at this. This, to me, is what has taken place over the first 2 rounds. Why is there... Oh, he's saying he's punching incorrectly with the inside of the glove. But in the second half of the second round, that's what I saw. And I'm seeing it again here. The body shots clearly not being recognized or scored, and the man's clinging on desperately. My goodness. Well, he's entering bout management mode pretty early, is Aykutsun. And again, looking out of the ring to his corner. He's never given me the impression that he's comfortable despite his counter-punching ability. There's a 10-second burst of action on the resumption after the intervention of the ref, where Aykutsun has done nothing but take body shots, and now he's running like a thief in the night. My goodness. And Bekgigit Уулу has been rewarded by one judge after 6 minutes of boxing. And this, to me, well, Aykutsun's got to be careful here, because remember, in Olympic-style boxing, it's 10-9 for a close round, 10-9, 10-8 for a clear winner, 10-7 for total domination. And this, to me, Aykutsun's not at the races. He's absorbing punches willingly to his body, trying to cover up, and he could well take a standing count. But with half of the round gone, Aykutsun has done nothing of note offensively. I think he's playing a really dangerous game, Aykutsun. And his hopes of progressing through to the quarter-final of this qualification tournament, I think they're hanging by a thread. I don't think he should be in the position that he's in on the scorecard, but that's academic, because look at the work to the body. It's as though Bekgigit Уулу is working against a heavy bag, and then he clings on. I find this remarkable from Aykutsun, because this is anything but a competitive performance. I think he's feeling the pace too, and wouldn't anybody look at the body punches the man is absorbing. There he lands a sneaky right hand, only to cling on once again, and his energy levels are depleting right before our very eyes. The referee's got to take charge of this, because this isn't boxing from Aykutsun. It's a survival mission, and he's standing there showing as much movement as a heavy bag in a slight breeze.
Aykutsun's thrown 6 punches the whole round.
This is remarkable from Bekgigit Уулу, and now he's turning his back and running. The ref has got to take charge of this third and final round. Counter right hook from Aykutsun, but look at how he's been hurt to the body consistently.
This has to be a 10-8 round.
I agree with you entirely, Nicola. Got to be a 10-8 round, because Aykutsun hasn't competed, and he's being worked over mercilessly to both body and head by the marauding figure of Bekgigit Уулу. I think that man in blue deserves to win this contest. He trailed 20 points to 18 for 4 of the 5 judges, which means he needed a massive final round just to bring about parity on the scoreboards. And to his credit, to Өмүрбек Bekgigit Уулу's credit, he went out and did exactly that. Working over Kaan Aykutsun from opening bell to last. The man was running, he was turning his back and willingly absorbing body shots. I think he got the tactics totally wrong. Maybe he didn't have the energy to implement his team's tactics. And I think the man in blue should be declared a winner on count back here, because that is a 10-8 round if ever I've seen one.
The winner by points, split decision in the
Oh,
wow.
dear me.
Shocking.
Oh, dear
Shocking.
me. I'm sorry. I think that is an absolutely awful outcome for Өмүрбек Bekgigit Уулу. How on earth can you deny the man his Olympic dream like that? That is the worst decision I have seen during the course of this Olympic qualification tournament, because the final round, if it's anything other than a 10-8 round, then I don't know what a 10-8 round is. And that is not to criticize the judges, but this man, I feel, is incredibly fortunate to be going through to the quarterfinals of this Olympic qualification event. The man was punched from pillar to post for the entirety of the final 3 minutes. He didn't even attempt to compete. And Bekgigit Уулу has not been rewarded to the extent that I think he should have been.
Shocking. I'm just lost. I'm lost for words. How Уулу did not come back and win this fight, I do not know. His man in red threw a maximum of 10 punches in that last round, and I was counting.
You served as little more than a punch bag in the third and final round. Let's take a look at the scores, because I'm interested to see these. 10-9, are you kidding me? No way. I'm sorry, Өмүрбek Bekjigit Уулу can consider himself desperately unlucky, because if that isn't 10-8 for a clear win for Өмүrбek Bekjigit Уулу in the final round, then